Hello and welcome to another episode of DCP plus SideQuest. We got a full show for you today. Well, Watts is a little late. She's, I believe she's robbing cats. I think that was the message. I'm not real sure. She's either stealing from cats or stealing cats. I'm not exactly.
Something like that. What's the rules of being late? What's the punishment for being late on a podcast?
That's a good question.
When I go to like jiu-jitsu or like Muay Thai, whatever, you have to do as many push-ups for the minutes you're late.
Ooh, so Watts could be in for some push-ups?
Well, I don't think it applies to a video gaming podcast. That's what I'm asking.
What's a relevant punishment?
She's got to play that many minutes of Highguard.
Yeah. No, you lose. I don't know how the point system works for our fantasy gaming critic stuff, but you lose points. Just like it's part of the deal. Yeah. Because I need to reclaim some.
Anything else? We didn't lock in another band for that. I think we have to do that.
Probably.
Because TV had to go, and I think you have to put in. We need to have a bit.
No, we locked in that one. Remember his counter pick.
We didn't lock in two.
Oh, you mean another counter pick?
Yeah, you meant to have two bands on that fantasy.
Bands? Is that what they're called?
Yeah, I don't know if they're called bands, but you know what I mean, like the vetoes.
Counter picks. Yeah.
Counter picks.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, maybe next week or something.
Tonight.
Well, actually,
but I agree. We should dock points from what's been late.
Yeah. You're in charge.
She's going through live trouble. Like, nah, I don't care about live trouble, mate.
Look, bring the cats back. Your dock points.
Yeah. What's that Smash Brothers tournament term where like you're making excuses? Do you guys know this term?
No.
It's a famous like Smash Brothers term. You're like it's got a name. That's what I've been doing because
I want to know what it is.
I'll tell you after. Yeah, I'll look it up while we get the show started. But after I did my picks and like honestly, TV, I just want to straight up now that we have your full attention on a full show with you here now.
Yeah,
it's your fault. You were just so chill. You're like, dude, I'm just trying to have fun, and I was like so inspired by that feel. But I was trying to make good picks, and then it like I wanted to lock in like Witchfire, which said it was coming out this year, and anyway, it got confused. Then I got like panicked. So I put in Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra, which only has an Unreal demo. It's been like, clearly it's in troubled waters now. It could come out. They say it's coming. But anyway, I've been excusing a lot ahead of time that one's going to do me in. Which if it does, it's also
Watt's main character trait, if I'm honest with you.
What? Making pre-excuses?
Pre-excuses.
Yeah, disclaimers up front.
I was like, can we play some games?
If I'm wrong, if I'm bad, just know that,
You guys haven't seen our DMs of Watts and I harassing Fran to play games.
It is true. It has gotten aggressive.
And I'm like, I got I getting my hairstyle that day. I'm busy.
Do you know what? I said to Watts, I said, I guarantee you he's calorie counting as a joke because you're so fit. And then you responded back with, I'm doing meal prep. And I said,
it's like when you call it's funny, it's like those moments when you call it like maybe it's somebody that you see online, you're like, I don't know, that guy seems like a jerk, and then you're like, you know what, that was really mean of me to like judge somebody in advance. I should apologize. And then they do something that's really jerk like, and you're like, that guy was right.
What? I was right. You can judge a book by its cover, it turns out.
That's right.
You know what? This happens in Arc Raiders a lot. Like if I shoot someone, I'm like, oh, they just sounded sussy. Then I start feeling bad, and then they drop the most homophobic or racist slurs.
Like, you know what?
I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I killed you. And I knock him out.
Yeah.
While Fran's looking that up, I actually got a question. TV.
I forgot.
What? Shoot.
For TV, what's been like the worst like smelling fart you've ever had, and like what do you do about it?
Wow.
You know, I feel like this is gonna be really telling. I've never left the room because of my own.
Because your own.
There's like this psychological thing where even when I know that it's up there, like that's one of the worst. There's this psychological thing where I'm like, but it's mine, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But if somebody else has one that's half as bad, it's way worse to me. That's a psychological thing, right?
Fart, sure.
Yeah, you're like that seeped out of somebody else's colon. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then it's different.
Boy, once
Yeah,
you say it
that's
came out of the
funny story
colon,
about
it
this.
sounds even worse.
Like that was up inside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now it's in my nose.
I've got this memory from years ago. Like this is probably 15 years, maybe even more than 15 years ago. I was doing some like volunteer work and we were planting trees. And so I had to go like 2-3 hour drive to this like place to plant trees. And I was like, oh my God. Like I was asking anyone to like come with me. And this girl that I worked with was like, oh yeah, I'll do that. It sounds fun, right? So I knew her and we're like friends, but like, yeah, whatever. It's still like a little bit awkward, like driving for 3 hours in the car. She just lost a whole bunch of weight and her diet was chicken and eggs.
Oh.
And we got to the place and I get out of the car to like, and she remained in the car. And I was at the wrong like the reception or whatever, so I came back really quick. And I opened the door, and she must have been holding this fart in for like 3 hours of just pure chicken egg. I was like, and like I didn't say anything because I was a bit embarrassing.
It's like you and I both know.
Have you ever warned somebody away from you? They're like, wait, stop, don't come any closer.
I have done that. I've done that once before to my wife. I'm like, don't come in this room. I did not expect you to be in this room right now, and I definitely just laid down some dank stank.
Yeah.
What? Oh my God.
But let me ask you this,
fart friend.
Briar. Here's
No,
my counter question to you.
Yeah.
I thankfully have
right now.
avoided this. I have thankfully avoided this in my adult life. It has not happened to me yet, but I have friends who are like, oh yeah, everybody does this. Have you ever accidentally crapped your pants in the car as an adult?
In the car? No.
I was like many other places.
He's like in the
Yeah,
car,
oh, yeah.
in the library,
Supermarket,
sure.
golfing.
I feel like
I'm
I'm most at risk for the Shart when I'm standing up.
Oh, sure.
You know, like you're just letting out a little squeaker, thinking like, oh, this one's just gonna like, like a fart in the wind, just float away. And then you're like, oh, this has got some weight to it. This has got some mass.
There's some extra
There's some gravity here. How often do you guys shit your pants?
I tell you right now, these segues into gaming is very tough with Briar's questions.
They are. This is up there. This was way up there.
I actually had this conversation like a year ago with a group of friends, and I had two friends that agreed that twice a year is normal.
That's crazy.
That's
That is
definitely
a lot.
not true.
Is
Your
a lot
friend
when they're
87?
Is it when they're drunk? Because some people.
Ooh, they do drink a lot.
Yeah, some people do it when they get so drunk that it happens to them.
Wow,
That's
really?
really telling you everything you need to know about how
You
much
gotta
you've had to
be
drink.
pretty drunk to
Or-
lose control.
When you
of your
lose
body.
Yeah, I
do
feel.
They take,
Yeah.
do they take drugs?
Yeah.
he was like, there's this moment where he's like, am I really about to rat my
Double.
friends out on a
Yeah.
podcast?
Double whammy.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
But it's only
'cause that's
it's a legal
possible
drug.
too.
It's marijuana.
Yeah, not marijuana though. Like
Yeah.
party drugs.
Yeah, no, they don't do
You're
that.
talking like cocaine makes you crap yourself or something?
Does cocaine do
Or
that?
like I have no idea.
I have not been. In
You were
this
asking the
scenario,
wrong guy.
but yeah, I think so.
Kurt,
Yeah, like
I could
like
see
if
that.
you go to like a drum and bass rave, there'll be people shitting themselves.
That must be
Brother,
awful.
ew. Brother, ew.
I think it's probably ecstasy and other stuff that they can put you in that space. But yeah,
All right, so like,
there you go.
do you guys think that once a year is like a lot?
Yes, I
That's a
do.
lot. Yeah.
Do you
I
think
would
like 5 times a decade is a lot?
Wait, one
Okay.
shart a year? I don't know that that's. I don't know that.
Well,
I'd be
sharts-
concerned. Like actually pooping yourself. That'd be
Oh, like
we should
full bowel
establish-
movement in your shorts?
Yeah,
No,
You're
crap-
talking about just sharting, right?
I don't think I've
Yeah,
done that
crapping
since
your
I was a kid,
pants-
honestly.
No.
Okay,
no.
yeah. It was
Sharts.
very-
Sharts.
That's different.
Yeah. I think that's different.
That can happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're talking like
These
we
things
gotta
happen.
clean
Yeah, but
this
I
up,
still
but we
think
can move on with our
2
day.
times a year, you should
2
be
times a year?
learning. Like you should be
Yeah.
learning. This is not something that you
It's-
should be repeating.
Well,
we
one
gotta
of my
change our diet
like
up here.
litmus tests is it hot before it comes out? If it's hot before it comes out, then you're like, no, I'm not trusting that one. Like, if there's a temperature swing before you break the seal, that's when it's like, no.
I don't know that I've ever like really felt the temperature until it's too
Be
late.
mindful of it next time.
Okay, maybe I just haven't paid attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got a crazy Twitch chatter that has, because now we're talking about poo stories.
Is it
And
Briar?
I interviewed him and his now wife, and when he met his wife, they went camping with the family.
Oh no.
And he woke up in the middle of the night and he had like a stomach bug or something that they're eating. And he's like, I'm going to shit myself. And they're in the tent. And he's like, if I move, I will shit everywhere.
Oh God.
And he's like, maybe, I can't remember how long they've been dead, maybe 6 months, which is crazy to go on a camping. And she held a bag for him.
Oh man.
Oh, that's marriage material.
No.
Either I'm marrying her, I never want to see her again.
Yeah, in a tent. And this is why I interviewed her too. I was like,
What? Was it a clear bag or was it like opaque?
I don't know what kind of bag it was.
Didn't get into those
It's so
specifics.
much worse.
I
it's a good
remember.
one.
So my brother, he's older than me, and I remember when I was in high school, he started dating this girl, and they got pretty serious to the point where we had a couple of let's have her parents over, dinner nights, and those were my favorite nights because his girlfriend's mom had a medical condition where she could not control her bowels. And so she would just be ripping audible farts. And I was like, this is literally the best thing ever. As a high school kid, I'm just sitting here, we're just having a normal conversation, and this adult woman just letting them fly, and everybody's trying to keep their cool because they want to be respectful. And I'm just like, I am here for this.
Oh, that might be the worst medical condition to have. Because everybody notices it.
Yeah, I was just thinking, if I was in that situation in a tent, you said 6 months of dating, roughly, Myelin?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
6 months of dating. I was like, how would I handle that situation? And I came to the conclusion, I'm like, I would have got her the nearest hotel and sent her away from me like I was a werewolf about to transform. I
But
just
her
be
parents
like,
are there.
you have to leave. You got to get out of here.
But her parents are there.
And I got you a
It
hotel.
was her family.
Yeah. Her parents are there.
With like,
Briar, we can't hear you. Your mic.
Briar, it's happening again. I can't hear you.
Oh, no.
This happened 2 weeks ago, right? And then he was gone for
Now,
the rest of the podcast.
he had a driver issue. You said you know how to fix it quickly, though.
No.
No? You have to restart the PC.
Can calling from
Or
your,
what?
can you disconnect and disconnect and calling from your phone? Can you do that?
Yeah, I mentioned this before, but like if you
But he's streaming.
Yeah, just use your you could maybe prop your phone
Yeah, but
up. even
Discord
with
though,
your
he can
cam.
still stream. Close his Discord. Oh no, he needs to be in here. You need a separate account on your. You need a burner account on your phone.
Oh, he would need another account to do it.
Discord account. Yeah.
I mean, the other
Those
thing
over,
is
guys. That was it. Just poop talked this week. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's gonna have to listen. So apparently, the
You know what
same
we could-
person that's shat in the tent, right?
yeah.
Later on, like I don't know how many years later, I don't know if I can't remember the full story, but Kimpachi's remind me in chat. He came into my chat one day and says it's happened again, and I'm like, dude, what do you mean? What have you done this time? and it was I think he was house sitting and he clogged the toilet or something. It's just this classic
For
like
her
movie
family
one, like-
again?
yeah, I think involving
He's got
the
a
family.
reputation now.
So, but wait, we need Briar. Watson's coming too. I want to make a recommendation. Technically, there's two ways. I don't know how to fix this, but I think I heard about it. He was like, I had to restart.
I had to restart. I don't know what I'm going to do this time. I think I'm
worked.
just going to have to end the show.
How'd you do it?
Have fun, guys.
How'd you do it? How'd he do it? He's a magician. How'd you fix
Restart
it?
Discord?
Yeah, I just messed with all the audio settings and it turned back on. It might be
Oh, there you go. I didn't even
video
have to-
broadcast messing with something.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see if it keeps happening.
Are we still talking farts and sharts?
I'd
or-
go
We should
farts
move
and
on to
charts all
games.
night. We haven't even gone number one yet. I mean,
By the way, it's
And, on that
the
note
term.
of shit in the bed, what shat the bed in gaming this week?
oh man.
wait though. I wanted to answer the question about what was the Smash Brothers term. It is called Johning, or don't be a John.
John.
I assume the person who started
That must be
making
named after
excuses.
somebody.
It's like when you're like, oh, you know, you get like, I've been there actually, like a Smash Brothers tournament, and then they're like, they give you the controller. You're like, oh man, this is not like a GameCube controller. I mean, I only play, and that's like Johning, like starting to make your excuse before the matches, I guess. Yeah.
Like that's got a backstory. Like there's a dude named John that was famous for this, and they just named it after him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't look up the source, but it clearly.
You know, I wonder if there is a foreign word for somebody who farts and then blames it on other people. You know what I mean? Like, because we all know that.
I'm sure in every language has to have
What's the word?
this.
What's the word?
What pick a language. I'll look it up.
German.
Wait,
I want the German.
Do we? Yeah, that's a good one. Do we have a word for it though? Now that I said that out loud,
so. I can't think of one.
Well, it's quite literally gaslighting.
There it is.
I mean, you're blaming your farts on someone else.
No, I didn't do it. You did it.
I feel like the German or the Japanese is going to be the most entertaining for that. Because the German and the Japanese are going to be able to shout at the top of your lungs, and it's going to sound funny.
Wait, I got two important questions. One, TV, come on, what do you drink? What is that? You got to tell us.
What do you got?
Oh, I poured a little bit of 1792 Bottled and Bond tonight.
Whoa.
Ooh, yeah,
Classy.
making me jealous.
Just a nice little shelfer.
And the second question was, if Watts was not late, would you have been asking these questions still?
Do you think I'd be afraid to talk about farts?
No. I'm just curious. The level of Shart talk.
I wondered about how far we would have taken.
Yeah.
I feel like she's going to add to the conversation.
Did you?
She's additive
Would you
to
say?
this.
Would you say she's going to add to the pile?
I may have asked her directly at first instead of TV.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that would have been the most fun.
Yeah. True.
What's going on in y'all's games? What's happening? What's the word
I'm
on
kind
the
of
street?
bummed that the new Steam Deck, that Valve Steam Deck computer thing, got delayed.
The Steam Machine.
Steam Machine, thank you.
Is that what it's called?
Really?
Yeah, I think it is. It got delayed because of you can't get computer parts.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it is interesting. I mean,
My wife's raging in the next room. I don't know if that's coming through the mic. I apologize.
No,
I saw my
you
thing
always
just
say
lighten
that.
up.
At this point, it's fine. I mean,
So how big's the delay? Did they like re-announce, or they just said just hold tight?
Yeah, I think they're basically on a hold tight. They haven't released the price or when it's going to ship. I think they did say when announcing these products in November, we plan on being able to share specific pricing and launch dates by now. But the memory and storage shortages you've likely heard about across the industry have rapidly increased since then. The limited availability and growing prices of these critical components mean we must revisit our exact shipping schedule and pricing. So they initially never came out with a price, but they said, like, look at what's in it. That's what we're going to charge. Like, it's not going to be like some kind of super deal. It's going to be price competitive.
Mm-hmm.
So people had kind of said around $700 seems about right.
yeah, that reminds me. That was our. It was just you and me that one show, and we talked for 45 minutes. And I was like, I remember talking, and I was like, oh wait, this might be expensive. And now it's like, oh, the DRAM and everything is so expensive. It's like, not only is it probably going to be $1,000 now, but also when are we even going to be able to get it? And it ties together. Like, this has been new discussion for the beginning of the year. It's like, did you already upgrade your PC? Do you already have a 40 or 50 series? Also, PS6 is now very unlikely anytime soon, et cetera. It seems like that is the new reality thanks to AI and all the farms.
Pro purchase this fall is even better and better by the minute on the PlayStation side.
Yeah, but it is. I mean that it ties into the discussion though of what do you have, and do you feel fine with the hardware you have?
I'm kind of ready for a new PC at this point, but I'm looking at the market being it's not so high that it's going to kill me to buy. It's going to be a little more expensive than it should be. Well, probably several $100s more expensive than it should be. And I'm kind of in this point where they say this isn't going to go away anytime soon. Prices for memory are going to stay high. So I'm thinking I might as well just bite the bullet now before it goes even crazier.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, depends on the spec you're trying to upgrade to, you know.
Yeah.
That's why I keep telling my agency when they're like, "Are there any brands you want to work with?" And I'm like, "Find me a PC sponsor." They're like, "We can get you money." I'm like, "No, get me a PC."
Yeah,
I want a PC.
It's worth more than money.
That pays for itself.
Yes.
That's big brain.
Exactly.
Yeah. My game PC's kind of limping along now. It's still got a 2080 Ti on it, and it's like I just don't want to. But I upgraded my stream PCs. I had to upgrade my card and that to do the dual Twitch and YouTube streams with like I think it's the AVI encoders and stuff. And I think that was had to be 40 series and above. So I think I'm just gonna swap them over when it like the game PC's starting to not run games well. I think I'm just gonna make it the stream PC and have the switch them around. Deal with the audio kerfuffles of making it work again.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Watts.
I made it.
Hey, Watts, real quick.
Welcome.
I don't want you to feel left out, so I got 2 quick questions for you, just so you can catch up.
Okay.
What's the worst fart you've ever had? And B, how often is the right amount to shit your pants?
You said worst fart we've ever smelled was the question.
I was really looking for what you've done personally.
The worst is probably every day.
Every day.
Send personal best every day.
She's a real gamer.
A new record every day. It's not normal to poop your pants, but I will not judge you because it's already embarrassing enough.
What do you think? Once a year? You know,
well,
5 times a
this
decade?
isn't a full,
like
full
once every
evacuation.
10 years, maybe.
Once every 10 years.
He's not talking about a full evacuation. He's talking about a little bit came out.
You got some cleanup work to do.
10 years.
10 years.
Yes. I wouldn't assume very often.
It's interesting.
That's
I
kind of
suspect
what
you're
we were
lying
saying.
to us, but it is interesting.
Yeah, I think you're not being either you're not being honest, or I need to talk to a specialist.
You need to talk to a specialist, especially men. Get a colonoscopy. Go right now.
I mean, number one, just check how much fiber you get every day. Like that's your number one thing. You can just start
I have
there.
a lot of
you're not
fiber
getting
per day. My fiber is good.
Wait, is more fiber going to make me poop my pants less?
Shart less, yes.
Yes.
So you should get 25 to 30 grams of fiber a day. This is an easy
When
check.
you wipe, it won't even be dirty, Briar.
Wow.
It'll be clean as a whistle.
Just firing it out there.
Yeah.
The ghost wipe.
The ghost wipe.
Okay.
Anyway, now we've got the awkward transition back to video games.
we were out of this.
Yeah.
What were you discussing? What games were you on?
We were talking about video game hardware prices and how they're going through the roof. Nintendo just announced that they're going to try as hard as they can not to increase the price of the Switch 2, but they don't know how long they can last.
Nice.
You know, we've had price
Steam
increases.
Machine.
Yeah, we've had price increases on both of the other consoles, the Xbox and the PlayStation. Steam Machine just delayed their release window, and they said publicly that they expected to have launched by now, and obviously have pricing out there by now, but they have had to hold that back because of how expensive hardware's gotten, and they have no idea when they're going to release at this point. And I wonder if they'll release it at all.
Well, you know, Jeff Bezos wants us to, actually, I don't know if it was Jeff Bezos, some billionaire, they're all the same, said that they don't want us to own our computers and we're just going to, you know, play everything on the cloud and own nothing. So, you know.
Yeah, gamers have not been cottoning to that idea. The technology has not been, I mean, there's not been a lot of buy-in that I've seen.
Yeah.
I don't like billionaires saying, you're not going to own anything. I'll own it for you. Okay.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Don't worry about it. I got your back.
I think after like Netflix and stuff, everyone kind of understands what that means now, and they're like, "Oh, I see. Like, this is gonna be pieced together. I'm gonna have to have 3 different subscriptions to play, you know, the games that I want." And I'm also going to deal with the latency of cloud gaming. So like, yeah, we might just try to resist that a bit longer.
Oh, I was halfway done with Fallout 4, but now it's on, you know, Netflix instead of Amazon. So I got to buy that prescription if I want to keep playing it. Does my game save move over?
Yeah, and have a penny for Australians. I saw the UFC pricing. We had to have 3 different subscriptions to watch a full fight. One,
What?
like the
Oh my
prelims
God.
was on Fight Pass, and then I think Paramount Plus, I don't know if it's the same in the US, has the rights for like the not the main card, the one before the premium fights, and then the main card was on like Foxtel and KO.
What?
And everyone's like, "What?
That's
I'm paying
crazy.
3 different subscriptions to watch the whole fights."
That's dumb.
That's crazy.
That's very dumb.
I know you guys don't watch football, but I've been watching the Patriots this year because they've been unbelievable all year. It's just
What do you mean? You know we don't watch football? You know I love football.
I'm sorry, my bad. But if you stream your TV and watch football, they have organized all the games so that you have to sign up for every streaming service.
Yeah.
So you'll have one weekend where your team is on Fox, the next weekend it'll be on ESPN, the
They're
next
on
weekend it'll be on
Prime.
CBS, the next
That's-
weekend it'll be on NBC, Amazon Prime. Like
Yeah.
they just rotate them, so you have to get all of them.
Which game was it this year that was on? They had one of them was on Netflix, and it was terrible.
I didn't even know they had one on Netflix.
It
Wow.
was
Yeah,
terrible.
It was like couldn't handle the capacity. Is that right? It was like
Yeah, they had
Yeah.
like a major outage, and then they had players who don't do color commentary come on and do live interviews during gameplay. It wasn't in between plays, so you're trying to watch the play, and they double box like, here's Barry Sanders talking about his career. It's like, dude, I love Barry Sanders, but get him off the freaking TV while I'm trying to watch the play happen. You know what I mean? It did not go well. But all this to say, I echo your frustrations. I was not a big fan of how this season played out for viewers.
If we get into that kind of situation with gaming, like, good God.
Yeah, which we will.
yeah. By the way,
I just want to go to the store and buy a copy. That's all I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did want to
that's
offer
fine.
on the Steam discussion stuff. I mean, technically, they said their goal of shipping all 3 of those products in the first half of the year hasn't changed, but like, yeah, we'll see. In other words,
The Steam
before
machine?
the end of June. Yeah. So technically, it might still arrive before the end of June, but I think they're just being optimistic, probably. But we'll see.
A little worried about VR. I see that VR headset. I'm looking at that VR headset. I'm like, oh, that looks nice, but I'm just worried about VR in general. I feel like it's hit the height of its popularity and dropped off from there. At this point.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I love VR, but I also get motion sick from that stuff. And it's like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
if I want VR, I want the full treadmill, and I can lose some weight, and I can run around on a battlefield and like not feel sick. But it's just like, I don't have enough rooms in my house for that.
Yeah.
or enough money. So it's like,
I actually think that's a big part of it. It's like just having room in your space to have VR. My favorite
Yeah,
VR
it's-
actually was the one I could go out in the yard and play. Like, it's wireless. You just go out in the yard and like wander around your
AR
backyard.
stuff.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
eaten by a wolf.
And honestly, the only time I use my VR is when my nieces come over and they want to play, like, what's the dance one? Like the lightsaber, Beat Saber.
Oh yeah, that game
Beat
is
It's
Saber.
like-
amazing.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's fantastic for that, but that's literally the only time I plug it in.
Did you play that Star Wars game, Myelin, in VR?
No.
Which
That
one?
was pretty good. I can't remember the name of it now. It's been
Was it
many
the
years
Vader
since I
one?
played it. Yeah. You
Yeah.
actually lightsaber battle Darth Vader at the end of it. It was a pretty sick moment.
Yeah, my son
Oh,
loves that one.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's
so hardware.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's feeling like we're just to the point where kind of like Nintendo Switch became a handheld and a console, that we almost need to get to the point where all like you get all of it as one, right? Like in other words, you
VR's in
get
there.
you
Yeah.
get the Steam frame and the Steam machine with the Steam controller and the Steam Deck, and it's all $4.99.
Whoa, that'd be nice.
Yeah, right. I mean, but in other words, like, well, I guess the Steam Deck would not have to double up with the machine, the Steam console machine. But you know what I'm saying? And then of course they all connect to the cloud. And then we'd be like, oh yeah, like I tried that because like I have it, you know. Because I still don't have any VR because it's money, space, and time for me.
Yeah.
But I'm amazed by, of course, like the Half-Life Alyx and Beat Saber. And yeah, people were talking about Luminous, I guess, has VR mode and stuff like that. Tetris Effect, man.
When they release this Steam machine, I probably will buy one because I do like having a PC hooked up to like the living room TV, and Windows stinks for that. You know, it's just like you can make it work, but it's always giving you some issue or another. And this, you know, if you can just have the Steam Deck kind of software on a higher end computer hooked up to a TV, that's great.
Yeah.
But they got to release it.
You guys ready to talk about some exciting stuff, maybe?
Okay.
We should. There's been some announcements.
not big
Thank
on
you,
the
Watts.
Steam machine.
There was a huge news day.
It was.
Huge, big, massive.
What?
Well,
What's news?
There was a lot of news.
There was.
I don't know if I feel like it was a huge news day, but maybe that's the question.
Well, there was a Nintendo Direct, which had some good stuff that happened. There was another Orbitals trailer, which is that co-op 80s, 90s anime game, which continues to look incredible. There was also the Granblue Fantasy Relink. Cast your memory back to this game if you remember it at all. This was an action RPG game, not a gacha, not a fighting game. This was you could play co-op, you could play solo. We thought that they were done with this game. They announced that they now have a big expansion coming. So I'm really excited for that. I ended up getting into it because people were saying it's actually kind of like Monster Hunter, and the end game is like Monster Hunter. So yeah, that was.
Can you tell me what it's called again? What is it called?
Granblue Fantasy Relink.
Granblue Fantasy Relink.
Fantasy. Yes.
Fantasy.
1000% what it's called.
That was
Granblue Fantasy.
Granblue Fantasy Freelinks. Free Frinks.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Professor Frinks, yes. Yeah, the Cowler's children.
It's really fun. I have like 40 hours in it. I think I didn't return for the characters that they added. But they added like some free characters afterwards. And it's a really fun game. I had a great time with it. So I'm excited that they're doing more of that.
It is a gacha?
No. It's
not a gacha. All right.
It's a single player or co-op action RPG.
And
akin to Monster Hunter.
So sorry, again, what's the update? So it came out in 2024, right? What's the update today you're saying?
They have a big expansion coming on July 9th, which they're adding new story, new characters, new, all the stuff that you expect from the game. Which they said, we're done with this game. Like after we add these two characters, like that's it for us. So getting an update that there's going to be an expansion is kind of crazy.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a good time in the summer. This summer. There was a bunch of other... Oh, Monster Hunter Stories 3 has a demo. That is now live on all platforms, not just Nintendo. You can download that and give it a try. I'm hearing very good stuff. I haven't played it yet. I'm going to be playing it on Saturday because there's other things going on till then. What else happened?
Overwatch
For Nintendo.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, no. Overwatch did have a ton of news. Yeah. Overwatch had a ton of news.
That was
Highguard had a cinematic trailer, Fran. I'm surprised you didn't open the show with that one.
No, I haven't even watched it yet. As I said, we talked so much about Highguard in the past. I was like, I got nothing to talk about now. Except for the drama, which is separate.
Lovely.
But yeah, Nintendo Switch 2 or the Direct in general, like, I mean, it was a bigger moment, I'd say, for Switch 2 because it's a lot of like third-party support and there's a lot in there, even if it's a lot of like old and rehashed stuff, but some exciting stuff for sure. Like Final Fantasy is coming out in June now, we know. Stuff like that.
It was a partner showcase, right? It
was a partner showcase, yeah. So there was a couple games that I saw. I was like, I mean, I knew Orbitals was going to be great, but I'm never mad to get another look at Orbitals.
There's a Bomberman collection that I'm going to buy for sure.
Yes, that was good, dude, for real.
And they announced that Monster Hunter Stories 3 demo.
Twisted Reflection, March release date. Yeah, I did have the story open, courtesy of IGN. They just had listed everything in there.
I think those were the big standouts. And then another thing. Sorry, if you want to stay on Nintendo. Sorry.
Yeah, only on Switch. I just wanted to point out that, I had seen before they had an event and people were like talking up how Pragmata was actually looking pretty good. Requiem's looking
Yeah.
pretty good, but now Switch 2 has the Pragmata demo, and like that is such a great match for the platform.
It
So
does,
I'd say
yeah.
like download that demo if you have not tried it on your Switch 2. If you
It's
have
also
one,
on the consoles now too, if you're interested on the other consoles, because it was only on Steam initially. So if
Yeah.
you are interested, it is now a demo that's available for everybody.
such a
This
great demo.
Switch 2 footage of
Great.
Pragmata looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it on the Switch 2 yet, but I'm hoping.
Hey guys, I gotta step away for a second. My dog's barfing.
Oh, no.
Yeah, go deal with that,
Ask
please.
him how often he does that on a yearly basis.
And yeah, exactly. And maybe just to wrap up the Switch 2 stuff. Yeah, there's like a lot of stuff on there, but I think notable as well is that Valheim is coming to Switch 2 in 2026. And that, as we recall, we had a great time. But I think
was fun.
it's like a great match for the platform.
Such a good console game.
So getting it on there is like,
Yeah.
it's such
Oh,
a
yeah.
no-brainer. So it's
Huge.
nice to see.
What is this Turok Origins? I haven't seen this before, have I?
Yeah, it looks cool.
It was revealed last year.
Was it? It looks
Yeah.
great.
It's like
It's
third
funny-
and first person, but like co-op as well? Question mark.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. It is co-op as well. I'm trying to figure out if it's like the it's funny because we'll get into it later, but the Horizon Hunter
That's what I want to go to right now.
Scatter. But it almost so Saber Interactive is doing Turok Origins, which I mean I've always liked the franchise from way back in the day, but honestly Turok has not been done well, and so I'm definitely curious about it. But to me, it's like, man, I don't know, we got to get some hands on that one. But I'd love if it was good because I like third person shooters, and Turok is just famously like the cerebral bore stuff, like a weapon that like tracks and drills into a brain kind of level
I
of
used to
bore. And
love
so
Turok.
yeah, it could be fun. We'll see.
But like as a kid, when your kids like you can never pass anything. Like I just remember getting lost in some forest and just giving up, but loving just getting that weapon and blowing faces off with the cerebral bore.
Right?
So good.
So we'll see on
Or
that
the
one.
bow.
I mean, again,
It's so
it's,
satisfying.
yeah, it's from Saber, right? Which I don't know if it's on their engine, but like, Space Marines and SnowRunner and Expeditions and all that stuff. And yeah, so it's interesting.
Okay.
They made SnowRunner? I didn't know that.
Yeah. And they're the ones doing there's a big new franchise that they got a hold of that they're
SnowRunner's
doing.
the trucking game, right? Like the 4x4s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And Expeditions was like the new one.
I haven't
always a
played
lot of
that one
fun.
yet. I'd like to.
Oh yeah, they're doing Jurassic Park Survival, and then they got John Carpenter's Toxic Commando. They've got Hellraiser Revival. That was the
That
one I
looked
think
pretty
I was
fun.
thinking of. Yeah, so definitely we'll see. They've got a lot going on. They certainly have a good like tech at the good tech at the center of it. So
Okay. I'm in. You got me with Turok?
I'm not hyping it up. Let's be clear. I'm not glazing Turok, everybody.
Fran's
Don't.
glazing another one. So I put it on his list. You should do Steam
IGN,
curation,
typical
Fran,
behavior.
and you should call it Fran's Glazers. I think that would be
Which
good.
is
Yeah.
You know what, Watts? You were so
Steam
close on something that you've never even heard of, which was when I was at IGN way back, we were doing indoor soccer. But I know what it was. I had like meetings sometimes at the office with like whatever, it'd be PlayStation or so at that time, like mostly I was always jeans and a t-shirt, but it started to get to the point where it was like, well, you're running the video team now and like you need to show up in a blazer. So I once like went to play indoor soccer and I still had on the blazer as I was like changing though, and like just had it, and it became Fran's Blazers was the name of the team.
Nice. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Gotta put the blazer on to do some glazing.
Fran's Glazers.
You should make it a thing. Like your brand for your channel is like when Fran's got his blazer on, he's glazing.
Yeah.
I like it.
Bad idea.
Put a little monocle there, put the blazer on, maybe one of those pipes.
And he goes, Highguard is good.
I need to.
Yeah,
And then you have a
yeah.
little
You
song.
guys,
Fran's glazing.
You
got
are
potential.
all ignorant and stupid. A Highguard will be game of the year.
And then you go,
Never say.
Trust
pip,
me.
pip, pip, pip.
Ah, it's been the last few months of my life for sure.
Um, something I'm about to glaze. Horizon Hunters Gathering.
Yeah, what'd you think? I'm
Yeah.
curious what people
What is
think of
this?
this.
So
What
this
is
is it was just like a video they posted on Twitter today, just like, yeah, here's our game. So this
have a
is
theory about why.
the previously leaked suspected
Oh.
game coming from Guerrilla, which was said to be making a co-op Monster Hunter-esque video game, but you fight machines. And that was the leak. And this is that game. So this is not the mobile game that is made by a different company using their IP. This is actually made by Guerrilla
Forgot about
Games.
that.
Yeah, this is made by them. So they finally showed it off today. It's like a 9-minute something trailer.
Reveal.
It started with a cinematic
Wow.
trailer, and then
I
they showed
love the
some
art.
gameplay. So this is the thing.
trailer's cool.
People
Wow.
initially saw it and they were like, it looks like Fortnite art style or whatever. But when you look at it, when you actually see more of it, it's got a really interesting like comic book lines around the
Yeah,
characters, and
yeah.
it starts to look like a Sony animation, like leans more that way
Mhm.
than anything.
Yeah.
Even in some of the cutscenes that they were showing, it kind of reminded me of No Rest for the Wicked as well, like a similar kind of thing going on.
They look good. This look good.
Wow, you are glazing. Wow. Everybody's like, sir, we have another Concord. It's already like Concord jokes. Well, because it's live
I
service,
understand why.
it looks kind of like this casual
Wait, so this
Fortnite
is
approach.
Oh, this is holy. Okay, so I've got something
yeah.
that shows the dislike ratio. Apparently,
really?
24,000 dislikes on this.
Wow.
Allegedly, according to those
13,000
tools.
likes.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, take a look at the characters, and you may know why.
I think it's a combination of all the above. It's live service. It looks vivid and cartoony. By the way, I think the style looks painterly, but I get
It does
it's
look
a
painterly.
pretty
Yeah.
big departure. And yeah, you got to look like
It
you actually
definitely
have to
looks
look
different than
close.
Horizon.
Oh yeah.
Looks painterly.
You know what it more looks like? It looks like Sea of Thieves.
It's got some of
getting
that for sure.
Good luck
Sea of
convincing
Thieves
everyone
vibes.
because they're
I don't need to
already
convince
saying.
them. I'm gonna pick up a controller and play it.
Yeah, like
so
exactly. Let's play it. You know.
I initially we were thinking that it was a Monster Hunter-esque game, right? You get in with your buddies, you get your
it
weapon or
looks like
whatever,
it.
and you set out on a mission, and then you go and hunt monsters together. I realized halfway through the trailer, whatever it was, it's actually a Night Rain like.
Oh.
It's like Night
Oh.
A
Rain.
little bit.
Yeah, so you do the same thing, like you get your character and you can select between having them be a DPS, a healer, all those kind of things that you would expect. You go out and you pick a boss that you want to farm, but the way that it works is that there is an enclosing circle that eventually comes to the middle, and you're going around and collecting randomly
see.
but randomly dropped upgrades to your
Perks.
character in a roguelike kind of fashion. And then you're trying to get the strongest build that you can before you fight this boss at the end of it.
Yeah. And actually I wanted to ask
That's
about
only
that
one of the
because
modes though, actually.
yeah, then there was
Yeah.
like the cauldron mode. So they do have multiple mission
do
types.
multiple
That was
modes, yeah.
one was that one. And then the other one was like the cauldrons, which are more dungeon like where you have to
Yeah.
like step on plates and
This
form
looks
bridges and
wicked.
Oh, I know. I
This
thought
looks
so
I
too.
think it looks great.
toxic
looks good.
positivity
Oh,
from
yeah,
Myelin.
wow.
Classic.
And there's a beta. You can sign up for the beta. It's also coming
When?
on PC.
Fran, you got any
Playtest,
blazers these two can borrow?
I'm gonna sell those, dude. That'll be the highest
you know
margin
what?
thing I could ever.
You know
produce.
what annoys me, right? Because I've been getting into fights on the internet about Marathon needing a PVE mode, right? And then these co-op PvP
Arc Raiders or
PVE games come out, and then everyone's like, he's just like shitting on it and like this. It's like, where are all those PVE glazers that keep asking for PVE games in every single franchise? And then you get one, they're like, nah, not good enough.
And did
Don't
you
worry
mean to
about
say Marathon and not Arc Raiders? Because you fought about that in Arc Raiders too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I'm
they're
fighting about it.
it's
I
in
fought
all
Mr.
extraction shooters.
I
They want
Yeah.
it.
I fought Mr. Paul
Yeah.
Tassi very kindly this week.
Oh, sweet.
Oh,
Of
love
course.
it.
Yeah, I started some internet drama. Well, I don't know. I'm assuming he doesn't give a shit. But he he made a video that said Marathon needs a PvE mode.
Mm.
And I did my
Right.
rebuttal to that basically. And I actually convinced some people. I had multiple comments convincing like people that it doesn't. And I think what hit the nail on the head with this, one of my videos of me screaming about PvE has like 250,000 views, and people are very angry about it. And one of the top comments was, "Oh, I went to extract. I got killed by a leaper, which is one of the big robots. And then this cool guy came over. He helped me get to extract. He healed me. We got out together. It's so cool." And I used this as an example. I said, the only reason that was cool was because the option was for him to murder you and take all your gear.
Yep,
If-
I agree.
If he couldn't murder you and it was purely co-op, you wouldn't be writing a YouTube comment. It's not that I don't want PvE, but I just don't want to remove the threat of PvP because that's what makes the moments, makes the magic. Marathon's going to be completely different anyway. I think Marathon's going to be completely shoot on sight and PvP heavy. I hope they can add some PvE stuff in there, but not remove the PvP.
Was
and
Paul's-
that's pretty much what the video was about.
You know what's funny? I saw the headline for Paul's video. I hadn't had time to watch it. So wait, it was about a PvE mode and not like I just want a marathon like Halo campaign.
It wasn't really
'cause that's what I would've
specific. It wasn't
said for
really
PvE.
specific. I don't know.
okay.
Astacross like did another one about it and was
Okay.
talking about more of a PvE campaign mode, which is I'm not against that actually. I think
Yeah, like
like a
Space
story
Marines, you know.
mode. Yeah, exactly. I think
Would
something
love
like
that.
a story mode is completely fine. I'm just against the PvE version of the game that's
Yeah.
exactly the same that has removed
Yeah.
PvP because
It's just
and-
public
and-
events. Go play Destiny. You know?
it's just I mean the idea that Bungie could just make enough PvE content in the game and to keep I was like, where have you been the last 10 years? Like Bungie is burnt out its workers trying to on the live service PvE like hamster wheel. It's like there's no way you can have a PvE only mode and keep players happy in an extraction shooter. It's like you're not going to be doing raids and dungeons, right? Like unless
Yeah.
they plan to do raids and dungeons, which we already know costs huge amounts of money and development time to do. So
Yeah.
I don't know how to
But
have this conversation.
You're saying they should be excited then about Horizon Hunters Gathering.
Oh, yeah. Listen. Yeah. I mean, maybe this is just everyone complaining about anything.
Actually, as well. So this is a co-op multiplayer experience, but they also do have a single player campaign that you can play with NPCs, or you can group up with your friends and play this campaign. It has a story to it.
Yeah.
And they're going to be adding to it as well. And it's canon for the Horizon universe, which I said on stream. That means Fran has to play it because he loves Horizon.
I do
So-
love Horizon. Yeah, no, I'm
So,
I'm
Fran,
looking
what are you doing
forward
when
to-
this comes out? Can we book you in now so you got no excuses?
Oh yeah, can we book you in now?
I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
a haircut that
He's
day.
got
but
broccoli to chop.
Yeah,
He's about
yeah.
to-
I-
he's about to-
Exactly, though, yeah. You're not
I'm roasting
wrong.
some Brussels sprouts that day, but no, like look, it did. You know what's interesting? All I had to say, I actually would have a lot to say, but to keep it simple, I was excited to finally see it. The style was definitely a bit of a surprise, even though we kind of knew. But I like the general ideas, but it's one of those for sure that I got to play. And by contrast, though, like I'm so excited for the next Ghost Legends, you know, and that's the type of like live service I want from Sony, quote in quotes live service. So I don't know. We'll have to see with this one. But I'm definitely not like, as you always know, I'm not against it just because the art style's different. Yes, got to play it. But it does look quite a
Actually,
bit
think
different, right? Than
Yeah.
Horizon combat.
I
It's
don't
not like you're
know. I like
tying
The
the
combat
down
looks
and-
good, man. Like
Yeah, the
combat,
combat
they,
looks good.
they kept saying that it's challenging. They kept saying like
Yeah.
this is going to be a challenging game. Like you're going to have to like really try to get these completions and kill these things. And like yeah, I think the combat looks smooth and the animations I think looked really slick and yeah, I think it looks really fun.
Yeah, and I don't like I get the Fortnite comparison, but
Yeah.
I think it's closer to Borderlands or even like Arcane style with like animation than it is
I
Fortnite. Do you know what I
agree.
mean?
I
Like,
totally agree.
Yeah, no,
Arcane. I like that comparison. It's my favorite one out of
it's
all.
Yeah.
it's funny because this is the whole thing I've been on lately. It's like it's just so reductive. We're at a point where like it's live service. We know that they're late to the party, but like nobody's
They're
played it
not
yet.
late to this party though. To the like a Monster Hunter-esque, Night Rain-esque kind of co-op experience.
But fans
There's
will tell you
no
they are.
one.
They'll say we don't want a live service.
And I
co-op
do
game."
understand like Horizon fans being like, I don't want this, I want a new single player game. I totally get that.
The
I
Titanfall
do
dilemma.
yeah, I totally understand it. Absolutely. They did start this whole video off saying that they are not just doing live service games, they are making sure to still do single player experiences. So right away they did hit on that. And this is a niche of gaming that no one touches, and every time they do, it's terrible or they don't stick with it. So if we could have more games trying to have, go after this addicting formula that Monster Hunter and Night Rain has, I think that'd be great.
I know Fran
I
probably
mean,
would disagree
competition's
here,
good.
but I don't think that Horizon is particularly a world that I need to explore more. Like it's not so deep and mysterious that I really want to get in there and like keep going in. They kind of satisfied that urge in the first game for me.
Yeah, and I saw this narrative out there, a little bit of what you're saying, where there's a lot of people like, do we need more Horizon? It didn't even sell that much. And like, it's sort of just like weird because it did. The first game sold a ton. And then I forget when Forbidden West came out. But that is what it didn't like. That one hasn't yet sold. I think basically the first one might have sold like upwards of 25 million, but that's now a decade old, or I forget exactly how old it is.
God, I'm
Where
getting old so fast.
well, it's not. I don't think it's quite that old, but then Forbidden West hasn't. I don't think cracked the 10 million yet. But yeah, people are just sort of like, why do we need more Horizon? And it's like, well, a lot of people really like the series actually. I'm high on the combat and stuff is my thing with that game.
I actually just went back through the series, both first and second game, start to finish, with my son.
Nice.
Last month we wrapped up the second one, and he loved it. He was like all in on the world, and of course he turned 12 today actually, but he's a 12-year-old boy. He loves dinosaurs, and giant metal robot dinosaurs is really awesome too. So he was totally vibing with it.
He's right
seems
about
like
that.
This. Yeah, it seems like this, and that's the thing that we do forget is that Roblox, Fortnite, these are like the biggest games in the world, and like I'm not interested in them, but that's the reality, and that's part of why you're seeing what you're seeing. But but yeah, it makes but also to the point, there is a younger demographic that's not us and trying to appeal to everything. Which Fortnite managed to do that. It captured adults and kids alike. And, I'm sure you can sort of see that in this style of it as well. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to like checking it out and seeing how it plays. And I meant it did see like a lot of complexity potentially in the combat, a lot of like animations and quick moves. But I didn't see as much of the like parts falling off and things that I love in that nature. And like, I don't, we'll see.
I saw them targeting a part, and when they would hit it, it would glow. So I would guess that kind of indicates that it would fall off. I
hope they keep some of that.
I feel like that would make sense.
But yeah, I like cauldrons though, and the fact that that's one of the most. Yeah, I'm with you, Watts. I like see more of that Night Rain in it, and as always, I'm like, I'm just looking forward to check it out. I couldn't really tell you if it's going to be any good yet.
I also like that they're doing like an alpha test, right? Like they're getting the community in and getting people testing it and giving their thoughts on it early. I think that's great.
This was my biggest prediction about what happened with this then. So, because people were noting, they're like, oh, you just sort of pulled this rabbit out of the hat. Like it's not even in like a state of play. What's going on, And yeah, I think because it's live service, Sony has learned its lessons. And also that's why you're seeing this play test and no release date. They're like, we cannot tell you this is going to be $40 and it's coming out in August, because if we do, you will skewer us. And so what we're saying is, this is what we got. It's one of our few live service titles that we decided was going to make it out the door. It's really, Helldivers, they didn't even make. They canceled pretty much everything else. But my theory is if State of Play happens in February, as it should, it's probably because Ghost of Yote Legends is in there. And you don't want these two things in the same place.
That's fair, yeah.
I bet you.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking for, if that's how it's going to happen, I bet you it will. That's probably why you're not seeing it in there.
It didn't register
I
to
mean-
me that Guerrilla is a Sony-owned studio, and this is one of those
Yeah.
live services games that they've
It
been
is.
developing forever.
Yeah. And, you know, the studio head of Sony now, Herman Holst, you know, came from Guerrilla. And so the question would then be is like, wait, is this just bias because it's his studio, or this truly was the best live service? And you'll see in the gameplay why they held on to it, you know. And I think
I
that
hope this-
obviously, you know, some of the latter there.
I hope this pops off because I feel like, you know, Elden Ring and Night Rain was kind of like a nice formula where they've got this mode on the side that hopefully does really well, and they're still like making their single player games and still making other stuff. You know, like it'll be nice for this. Like, I'm assuming that's what they want, right? They want like a consistent live service revenue stream, and they can work on like the other single player games too. Like I kind of like it a lot. I hope it does well.
Yeah. But that's like the wider discussion, though, is Night Rain didn't suffer from its visual style, you know? And so, I mean, that's
Yeah.
very From Software. They're not going to make something like this. Can you imagine if
Completely
they
different,
did,
yeah.
though? And therefore, that's the question. If Night Rain, which to be fair is based on, well, I mean, that's what's interesting is Elden Ring is probably sold as much, but much faster, but as much as Horizon has. But like they didn't change the visual style, and so then it's like, well, why are you changing it if it's? So
Do you
big in the first
reckon
place?
if the visuals were the same as Horizon, do you think the complaint would just be it's live service? We wanted a single player game anyway, or do you think it would be less disliked?
I think the main issue actually is like you can't take the combat systems and the exploration style. Like you can't do this game like Horizon is, and so because of that, you if you don't change the visual style, everybody's going to be like, wait a second, like what is going on with this game? It's nothing like it. Where Night Rain, you were able to keep a lot of those systems. You know what I mean?
Combat's pretty, yeah, it's different, but
Yeah.
like similar.
In other words,
feeling.
yeah, I don't think the core of like the way that you fight, you guys tell me if I'm wrong, but the way that you do stuff doesn't make for as good of like a fast moving drop in matchmaking co-op game.
Yeah, Night Rain's just like a boiled down version, like a supercharged version, right, of like playing Elden Ring. Like it's over in 20 minutes or whatever. But you go through the same stuff.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they could have figured it out, but I want it because it's so like my time with Horizon was so like a lot of it was just the joy of exploring and like even some environmental puzzles. And then when you got to the fights, they tended to be pretty methodic and slow. And you're also like tying down monsters. I mean, I guess you could have done it, but it would maybe not be at the right pace, and maybe that's why they arrived here. You know,
It looks fast paced. It looks fun.
Yeah.
It looks dynamic. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in checking it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yay.
Did you guys talk
Okay.
Overwatch while I was gone?
We have
No, please
need
take us
you.
away.
Oh.
Yeah. Hello Kitty's here, I hear.
Overwatch, we got a lot of changes going on with Overwatch.
Yeah.
To
yeah.
name some, we've got like the whole rebranding. We're dropping 2. It's not Overwatch 2 anymore. It's just Overwatch. It's all Overwatch.
It's just
you know?
Overwatch.
Just Overwatch. We've got a narrative reset. They're really trying, I think it seems like they're treating this as like a soft reboot, you know, to get people back in and
10th
engaged
anniversary.
again. Yeah, we've got several new heroes, and some of them look pretty cool. They are catching a little bit of flack, which I'm sure we'll get to in a second, for some features and characters that seem to be near carbon copies of some Rivals content. But I mean, I can just give you my take up front on that if you want.
Yeah.
But
Please do.
copied a lot of Overwatch stuff on launch.
Thank you.
It's
really come full
cyclical.
circle then.
It's cyclical, and Overwatch copied a ton. I saw Tim the Tatman was talking about this too, and I totally agree with this take. Overwatch copied a ton of Team Fortress 2 stuff
Yep.
on launch. It's like that genre,
Yeah.
And so a lot of people are just kind of reusing what works and sort of reimagining it. And if you're gonna throw flack at one of them, you kind of gotta throw flack at all of them for that stuff if you want to take it to that extreme.
Yeah, and like
I
Valorant
think
was
that's
built
fair.
on CS:GO, right? So
You kind of have to have a bit of an open mind there. They confirmed 2 new heroes in 2026, right? Was it 10?
Yeah, I think it was 10.
Was
Yeah.
their promise?
Yep.
5 of them would be launching simultaneously. Those 5 were the Jetpack Cat, which people are like, they saw Rivals had a cute shark. They're like, we need a cute critter too.
is that maybe what it was? Okay.
Do the cat? I think that's a stretch, but that's one thing people are saying.
The only thing I saw about the cat, everyone was like, but what's the cat's name? Like, is it actually just
it's
called
Jetpack Cat?
Jetpack Cat.
But, like, what's the
Jetpack
second
Cat.
cat?
Yeah.
I think there's
Jetpack
some-
Cat.
Jeffrey the Sky Cat instead of Jeff the Land Shark.
Mm.
Do it.
Joffrey. Got Mizuki was a support hero, Emre's damage, Anran's damage, and Domina's a tank. And that was one people were like, that's basically Emma Frost. Well, I will say this. They did the same pose, like the exact same, where do the arms go when she sits in her resting state, the sort of the diva pose, and it's the exact same. So people are like, come on, guys, at least try. Big tank mommy diva vibes seem like a kind of copy. And then one of the DPS heroes has an ultimate where they literally go up into the sky and then come flying down in like a firebird explosion. It's like that's one of the newer heroes in Rivals was Phoenix, and that's exactly what her ultimate is. So there's a little bit of shade being thrown from the Rivals community. Again, I think it's all cyclical. I'm not hung up on that stuff.
Yeah, one thing I'd say on that is it's absolutely possible, but something to take into account. I mean, they really only would have had a year and a half to copy all that stuff, which is not a tremendous amount of time if they really did. But not saying that they weren't
Not
inspired
impossible, but
within a
still,
year and a half, But I assume that this
aesthetic
has been,
stuff is easy to make modifications to quickly.
Yeah, that's
but
absolutely true.
mechanic
Yeah.
stuff, no.
Yeah.
So what was their normal
stadium mode?
What was their normal hero release schedule like before this?
I don't know.
I'm
what
not
would
sure.
people-
It was rough. Wasn't it roughly once a season? Actually, they were. I felt like every season
every
was
3
coming,
months?
but I was not an Overwatch expert. I have to fact check that.
Because I feel like we've gone from like that to like what 5 in the first season, then another 5 like later in the year. Like it feels like a lot for 10. Like 10 new heroes seems like a lot in a year.
Well, and I
I'm looking
wonder,
it up.
Rivals has had a lot of success with their like constant stream of heroes. It is constant. And I think another thing that kind of helps with that is it's a free to play game, but people find a new main pretty quickly because it's just a constant influx of new heroes. And of course they want to like go to the store and grab a new skin or something for that new emote for the hero they like. So
it feels like the way to go, like rather than just trying to like just make everything broken, right? It's like just keep smashing characters. People keep moving, and the meta keeps shifting without you having to do much. And then you can rebalance stuff a bit later.
Right, and they do. That's the thing I do appreciate about Rivals is that you get hero balance updates. Like it's like what every 3 weeks or so, on top of a new hero. Like it's just constant. So it just kind of help things stay fresh. And when you start doing like ranked play, you can ban heroes too. So if somebody really is like super out of pocket, like okay, Hela is just too busted right now, everybody's gonna ban her, and you're never gonna see her in comp anyways. It kind of gives power to the players to balance their own lobbies in the competitive playlist. You can get up to 4 heroes banned per match, and there has been some chatter about expanding that to maybe 6 as the roster continues to expand. Because it's just we're over 40 heroes in the game.
Damn.
Anyways,
Jesus.
Back to Overwatch. They announced a new stadium mode. special map featuring a payload race where players can buy active items called gadgets and powers using earned stadium cash. And I think that's going to be. Did they say that one was going to be third person instead of first person? I'm trying. Somebody
Ooh,
correct me in
I'm not
chat.
sure.
But one of the new features was going to be a third person thing,
Mm.
kind of like
Right.
Rivals over the shoulder.
Hmm.
Loot box refreshes
Yep.
because they've always had the loot box system, and an upcoming collaboration with Hello Kitty.
There is, yeah. They're doing Sanrio
Oh.
characters.
Huge.
Dude,
I thought
honestly,
they were
Overwatch
joking.
has really, really good collabs. They are killing it with collabs. Makes me go.
Yeah,
"God
they have
damn,
had some really
Overwatch."
good ones.
So is everyone complaining about the art style of Overwatch or no? We'll let that one
I've
slide.
seen. I think it's more of like complaints that have already been. It's nothing new, but yeah.
Yeah,
some
because
people
it's
still-
OG, so it doesn't have to fall
Yeah.
victim to that.
Sure.
Which, I mean, Overwatch and Blizzard's talent, like
Pixar.
visually, is incredible. I think people are insane if they think that anything looks okay. Not anything, but that a lot would look bad about Overwatch. I mean, man, the polish on that game has always impressed me so much, from sound to art to. It's just been such a.
It's kind of making me want to check Overwatch out. Do I try to check out Overwatch?
never
again, or
played?
do I
Should we-
stay
should
away?
we-
characters now.
Wait,
I
it,
Well,
can't believe
let's
that.
just do it, Myelin. Let's do it together when they
You never
release the
played?
big release. Let's get a DCP
I'll play a game.
Overwatch.
I'll play a game of Overwatch. Yeah,
Let's
why
do
not?
you've
it.
never wait, you've never played, or you just haven't played in a long time?
I played. Okay, I'll tell you what. I played on release, right? And I played with my twin brother, who's massive gamer, but
Oh, wow.
can't game anymore because life. And we always fight, and we have very different tastes. And literally the first
man,
game,
I'd pay to
he
watch
was-
that stream, Myelin.
I tell you what,
Brother fights.
the
Bicker bros.
very first, he's a mechanical engineer, by the way. Okay, so he's right up there with Luck and Games. And the very first stream, he got into an argument with, I don't know if it was our teammate. I don't know if we knew him or not, about what the best team composition would be. And I said, all right, I'm out. I'll see you later. I don't do this in my life. It was my first game, and I've never played it again.
Well, let's get a DCP Overwatch crew together when they do their big update.
I'm
So
down.
right now
I'm
they
down
have-
to go back.
There.
Yeah,
No
See,
hit
Fran
for
said he's
Fran.
down.
They
There
have
we go.
41 characters in that game, so this will be 45 with the 4 new ones. Is it 4 new ones?
Is that true now?
Yeah,
Wow.
they released 2
Wild.
last year, 3 the year before that, and I think 3
Yeah.
the year before that, maybe 3 or 4 the year before that. So
Yeah.
they've been adding
Which
characters.
TV? I don't think
Actually,
you touched. Oh,
I was say I actually played the finals off stream this week.
did you?
Because I was like, I just want to check out the finals again because
Mm.
Marathon's coming out. I was like, I want to do a bit of FPS again. Like I haven't played an FPS in forever, apart from Highguard. I was like, I wouldn't mind shooting stuff in FPS, so I'm not completely trash when Marathon comes out. But holy, like PvP games that become like niche games are the sweatiest games you
Oh,
will
yeah.
ever play. We
Oh,
were
yeah.
waiting like 5 minutes for a match, like matchmaking in the most basic mode. And I'm like, what did that guy have? Why am I being pinned? I'm being CC'd out of my mind. And some little rat comes and slaps me in the face with a sword. I'm like, okay, I've missed a lot here. It's very hard to get back into. But maybe
I was gonna
Overwatch won't be sweaty. Do you think? Will you reckon a whole bunch of new people would jump back in?
the
think it would
matches
be sweaty.
vary. I haven't played
Yeah.
recently, but Overwatch totally varies. Sometimes super casual, and you're on
Yeah.
win streaks,
There
and
should
other
be a
times
pretty-
it's getting too sweaty.
Yeah,
As
there
long as
should.
the
I would assume
population's
there'd be
big
an
enough.
influx of people with this big of an update. I would
Yeah,
think
people
so.
Seem
Yeah.
generally excited about all this, and especially it's just an instant, easy win to drop the 2 with the audience, and there's that. But then I was gonna say, TV. I don't think you talked about the UI UX menu changes, right? But like in it made me think of it with like there's so many heroes and stuff that they had to kind of, I think, approach all of it. But that's actually nice. Like it is a
Yeah.
reboot in that sense. Like they're even all of the front menus and everything, like hero
Yeah.
setups, and it's all new matchmaking menus and everything, I believe.
Yeah, they're doing
when
a
it
big,
comes
big
out.
overhaul.
Or when it changes. It's not coming out. Overwatch is coming out soon.
Well, I'm happy for them. I think that
Yeah, me too.
competition breeds innovation. So,
Yep.
The more people in that genre having success, the better.
Yeah. I mean,
I've
Marvel
always felt
Rivals
like-
kind of breathed new life into it, right?
Oh yeah, no doubt. I always felt like Destiny needed a good hard competitor in
Yeah.
its genre too, in its heyday, to kind of help force more innovation, like industry wide in that genre.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and in the spirit of collabs, the biggest drama would be, what if the contract never said that Marvel couldn't offer up like a single collab with Overwatch, and they release a Marvel like collab? Now it would be like skins and inspiration, but
Right.
maybe they could pull something off to like really create some real drama between the two. That would be funny.
That would be funny.
Honestly,
they won't.
that
but
would
it would be
that
funny.
would
If they gave the
wicked.
cat a freaking like a
The
shark
shark.
overcoat or something with a fin on the back, people lose their
Anything to
minds.
create some
That'd be
extra
funny.
drama between the two would be
They
awesome.
should.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I was glad to see the excitement behind it. And you know, when Rivals came out, there was a lot of talk about like where that leaves Overwatch, because everybody was like really digging just like how would you put it, TV? It seemed like they liked Rivals a lot because it had a lot fewer rules. You could just play a lot of the same characters and go nuts, and it's third person, you know.
Yeah, I think that the third person perspective works really well for the genre, especially when you're trying to you really want like the whole like getting your skins and you know
Yeah.
the accessories. There is some level of satisfaction when you feel a connection to the character, to seeing the character as you play them, and I think that does help you know, players really feel an attachment to their mains and whatnot.
Yeah.
But
I
also the game is
prefer-
just really playful and fun, and especially the dialogue. There's a lot of great playful dialogue, and the voice actors are solid. I mean, there's a banger cast. I don't know if you've seen the Marvel Rivals cast, but you've got like half a Critical Role is in there. You've got Nolan North is in there. Just Troy. I'm trying to think. Is Troy Baker do a voice? I think he does. There's a lot of big names in there, so it's very well voice acted.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I was gonna say I prefer the first person shooter, you know, vibe in these hero shooters. Like, I guess I just prefer Overwatch, frankly. I got nothing like completely against Rivals, but it was very fast and busy, and I just don't play a lot of those games. So I think, to be fair, I never really gave it a chance because I was like, well, I just don't keep up with this stuff, and then I get mad at myself because I'm not practicing enough, and I'm like, I'm just trash, so why bother? Which I did the same thing with Overwatch. But anyway, I was gonna say that I like the first person stuff, but you know, with tanks, you're right. When you pull out to tank view and other moments with your supers, you're like, oh, it is so valuable to see your skins and everything, you know, and also replays and all play of the game. Like, all that stuff is incredible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Hey, Watts, what's going on with Nioh 3?
Ah, yes.
Oh.
Yes, welcome. I have 31 and a
Welcome to
half
Nioh chat.
hours in
Hold on.
Nioh
Put
3.
the blazer on.
Oh, I don't have, this is kind of a
Put the
blazer.
blazer on.
Yeah,
Hey.
you're right. You're right. Everyone get your blazer.
Everyone get your blazers ready for the glazing.
You glazes.
Yes, so Koei Tecmo are crazy, and basically they released a demo, which is a large portion of the game, but it's like maybe, I want to say, a quarter of the first area. It can last you anywhere from, depending how fast you go, 5 to 15 hours, but some people have like 40 hours in the demo because they're just loving it so much. But Koei Tecmo allowed us to stream the entire first region since like last week.
Oh man,
which is crazy. The game officially comes out in 2 hours ish, an hour and a half. So it's not officially out yet, but I have a bunch of time logged, and it does have its reviews out. That embargo is up. It's at like an 86 on Metacritic. It's really, really good. It really feels like this is Team Ninja's Elden Ring. And by that, I don't mean that like, oh, it's open world or like it's, you know, any of that stuff. I mean that Elden Ring was able to be a thing because of the accumulation of everything that they had done before that, and they put it into Elden Ring. And that's what Nioh 3 is. This has things that they've learned from Wolong, things that they learned from Rise of Ronin, and then of course things that they've learned from Nioh, Ninja Gaiden. It really is all of their stuff that they've done before, and they've put it into this. and they've done it in such a good way. Like combat feels so slick. You're now switching between samurai and ninja. Samurai can parry. It's got the classic key pulse for you to get your stamina back, and it's using like more heavier weapons. And then the ninja is all about dodging and being very flippy, very fast. And that's got its own ninjutsu and all of that
Are
kind
you
of stuff. And
switching
you're essentially
mid combat, or are you switching like
Yes.
before? Okay,
Mid combat.
okay.
Yeah,
The-
mid
the
combo,
amount of
mid air
buns-
combo.
The amount of buns you have to start learning, you can feel the neural connections being made in your brain. It is one of those like.
Yeah.
I've got 6 hours. I'll finish. Let Watts finish first, and I'll give
Yeah.
you my thoughts on it.
Yeah, it's it basically allows you to have 2 different builds at your whim whenever you want, because they have their own armor, they have their own weapons, they have their own accessories, they have their own skill tree, and you're just switching between them constantly.
Is inventory management a problem, or?
So the loot is the same, but they've added quality of life wise, they've added an auto equip button, which will automatically equip the best stuff for you. They've also added a loot filter like Path of Exile has, where you can
I
select
like that.
what you
Huge.
want to auto be disassembled. So say you get to a certain point, you're like, I don't care about white gear or yellow gear at all. I'm just auto get this out of my inventory. You can set that up to be whatever you want it to be.
I like that.
So going through it and making your builds and doing all of that stuff is easier than it's ever been, but you still don't lose any of that depth to the build in the loot.
Nice. Yeah, it looks great.
I think it's great. I had a really good time with it. I've only played about 6 hours. I completely agree with like the Elden Ring comparison. Like it feels like it's got everything quite polished in there, except for the English voice acting. Like what the frick is going on there?
Their English
I don't know
voice
why
acting is
that's
always
dumb
really
shit.
bad.
I don't-
It's always really bad. It's like cheesy, like 80s
They're like
movie
English,
English.
too. I know they're like meant to be. I don't
Boy,
know,
bloody get in the castle, mate.
Dang it. You're like, you better get the Shogun out of here. You're like, what the fuck is going on?
They do. They say Shogun. We're
Shogun.
going to take down the Shogun.
Yeah. Apart from that, it's got this mix of, I think if you play Elden Ring or From Software, but you would prefer something that's more like dynamic and like, almost beat 'em up. It has that feel to it when you're exploring, and it has that fast pace like Ninja Gaiden when you're doing bosses, but it's still like a hard boss where you can parry and you can do different stuff.
Yep.
And then like on top of it, like the amount of controls, like it's like you have 2 characters, and switching between the characters is sometimes part of like, well, it is often part of the strategy, and like it also adds, like switching between characters is also a parry in itself on certain moves. Like if they do like a red move, you can switch between your characters and it's like a stun move. And you're also like managing your key, which is pretty much stamina, but they kind of consume different stamina between which characters you're on. So like one of them, you're doing attacks and you're doing like key recoveries after every attack, but it can also parry. So you're like hit, key recovery, parry, key recovery, hit, and then you might switch out to the ninja, and then you're like doing aerial shit and flying around and like, teleport and stuff. But like it does take some time for your brain to like work out what you're doing. And I think the cool thing about it is you almost develop like different strategies for different bosses. And then it's like, you kind of like relearning again, like what the controls like. One boss I found like the ninja was the best for, and I could just stick on the ninja and I can get behind them and just like backstab them. And so I would just do that. The next boss was like, I felt more parry heavy and was also putting down these things that you had to clear a lot. So I had to stick with the samurai. But when opportunities came up, they'll want to switch back to the ninja and then like do the backstabs on them to get more damage essentially. And then the upgrade trees are insane. There's like upgrade trees for your ninja, upgrade trees for your samurai, upgrade trees for each weapon class, which is on each like samurai for the samurai and for that. And then each weapon has like, L1 and triangle, L1 and square, L1 and circle. So you've got like abilities in that. You've got like your guardian abilities
this
too.
after a heavy attack.
Myelin, hearing you describe this, it seems like a lot.
It's a lot.
It's
And
a
I
lot
actually
in
think-
like when you're learning Ninja Gaiden, like combos.
Yes. Yeah. It's very combo driven. And I think like that was what I was working out. I was like, I need to find the combo that I can use on this boss. Like when it's my turn to hit, I need to work out what combo goes here, what weapon goes here with what class, with what combo, and that is really fun. I think people who put it down won't put it down and say it's a bad game. I think people who will put it down will be like, I feel overwhelmed and I don't know if I can do this in my life. But they won't say it's a bad game. And I think that's fine to be in that space. I think that's like good. Make a game for those gamers, right? And you just know what it is. And that's and like I haven't even got to looking at the loot yet.
And
like
you can make builds too and save them now. You can make loadouts.
Right. Yeah.
Which is also very helpful.
I think it's a great game. I don't know, but I might be in the category of I don't know if I've got time in my life to like actually learn it properly and get good at it. But I think when things do click, man, it feels really cool. Like when you're alternating between characters and you're using their strengths like properly on a boss, like you feel like a badass. Like, and that's the same feeling like Ninja Gaiden, right? You're like, holy shit, I just popped off.
Yeah.
And then other times you're like, I literally have brain damage. My fingers are pressing the wrong button.
Yeah, it's it really is. It's incredible. And I'm hearing a lot of people who didn't really click with 1 and 2 who are now clicking with 3. There's a lot of people who this is their first Nioh and they're like addicted to it and they're you should see our Discord. They're like, guys, we got a couple hours left. We could do it. I've got 70 hours in the demo. I'm ready to like they are ready to go. So I think that's a really positive sign that there's people from all sorts of games and people who didn't click with the first 2 who were like, yeah, no, this has the special sauce that I'm really enjoying.
I think one way to describe it is, if you play Path of Exile 2, you're like, holy shit, like there's a lot to learn here. And you've got to get like past that barrier. But once you get it right and you start making builds in Path of Exile, then it's just kind of left click. Nioh 3 is like, you've got that barrier, but then it's like, you've also got to execute. Like, it's not just left click. Now you've got to like L1 triangle, R2, parry. Like, so, but that was my issue with Path of Exile 2. I kind of liked all the build crafting stuff, but I kind of get a bit bored left clicking with this. This will appeal to people that like that depth in like building, but also want something a bit more challenging than, like a top-down isometric,
Yeah. I think that's, I always like to describe it as it's somewhere in between a Souls-like and Ninja Gaiden with Diablo-esque loot. And that's kind of what you're looking at.
Yeah. Which I haven't even, I did 6 hours. I haven't even really looked at the roles on gear and stuff to see if
like, I mean you can interact with that now, or you could just pick the highest defense stuff. It's really up to you. Like you can definitely get through the campaign by just like auto equipping there, because Nioh has a really robust new game plus with like a whole new loot tier and different builds you can make with that. So yeah, I think when you get to that point and you're farming endgame stuff, you want to make a build. But for going through the campaign, like you can go, oh, I'm using water. Oh, guys, I found this thing that has water damage on it. That's cool. And just
that
interact
kind
with
of
it
feels like Path of Exile on Diablo 2, right? Where it's just like when I'm going through it, I'm just going to equip the highest level gear and like get an understanding of the combat and my skills, and then I'll get into the nitty gritty of like properly build crafting and like farming certain stats and exactly knowing what I like, and that's kind of how I've been playing it. It's just like I'm just gonna equip the highest level stuff and I'll get to trying to understand everything later. But it does have a really useful like help menu similar to other actually probably similar to Path of Exile, where you can highlight something and it will tell you like what it means, so it will say something that makes no sense to a new player, and then you can like highlight it and it'll give you a description of when that perk is going to activate and what you have to do to activate it, which is nice.
They've done a really good job with 3, where all of the tutorials are in there, all of the explanations of all of the status effects are in there. Like it's all in the game. I do recommend reading them so you can get it out the way the first time, and then you know what's going on. Because I feel like this is a game where it's quite easy for information to get ahead of you almost, and you are struggling to catch up. Because understanding it all makes it so fun. When you understand everything, that's when you can really have some fun with the combat. Yeah.
I think there is a lot of like tutorial text pop-ups, which I do think are necessary, but I sometimes think it also suffers from like you need context to understand what they're talking about. Like sometimes it will show something like the Guardian Spirit, to activate the Guardian, to get the more thing. And I'm like, I don't know what any of those words are yet. Do you know? Like I need to just like I need to kind of do it. But then it almost primes you though, and then you do it. You're like, oh, okay, I kind of get what they were saying now. Like I get why they were telling me this, but it does give you the text pop up before you've done something, and then you kind of work your way backwards to work out what's going on.
Yeah, it's real good. I'm so excited that now I can just play it and not worry about getting to the point that I can't show anymore, because we couldn't just play the entire game. We could only show the first area up to a certain boss fight. And now I can just play and I'm gonna have a blast. I'm trying all the weapons. Oh, another thing they do is you can reset your skill tree and your stats whenever you want. And you can save the loadout. So if you're like, I'm using spear and this, you're like, okay, well now I want to use odachi and hatchets, and you can just reset everything, put all your points in, and you're good to go. And when you want to go back,
that needs to become table stakes for these games now. Like I really like that.
Yeah, I mean they
cost or penalty?
want you in this. No, there's no cost, no penalty.
It's like Wukong.
They really want you to experiment with the weapons in this game, because they have a system called the Crucible system, where when you go into the Crucible, you can get a weapon to drop there that has a move on it when you're using that weapon. And the only way that you can learn that move is if you use the weapon to a certain point to learn that move. So they really want you to like collect these weapons and like use the different weapons and learn the moves, and they make it to where you can just make whatever build you want and you can experiment and you're not locked into anything.
I see. I didn't know you could reset. I was kind of worried about that.
Yep, you can reset.
Yeah. Because the way when you level
loadouts, it's crazy.
With loadouts, yep.
So you can just be like using something, and you're like, well, I'm gonna save this and try something new.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Fran, you'd be so lost in this game.
I'm saying he would love this game.
She knows.
You want to know what, Myelin? We had the community manager of Koei Tecmo in my chat trying to convince Fran to take a free code and stream the game. And he's like, no, I can't possibly.
I say what I always say. I'm just a little old school now. I'm like, I don't want to take a code if I'm not going to guarantee how much and when I'm going to play. But yeah, Chosun was very nice and was like, just give me your DM. I'm going to send you this. So we've got it in Steam now. Nice. So thank you to Koei Tecmo. We are now one step closer. They knew
you, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they brought
now you have to play it, Fran. Otherwise, you're a scumbag for taking a code.
Yeah, exactly. They gave me a little sample and left it on the doorstep.
Yep.
You know, they're like, well, you might like it. Just take a little taste.
The full game comes out tomorrow. Is that right?
It comes out at 9 p.m. Pacific on Steam. So in like an hour and a half, it'll be available for everyone on Steam. And then it's midnight local time for
Are there any reviews out yet?
Yeah. 86 on Metacritic.
Is this the first game that is on our review betting system? Or
I think
the Game Fantasy Critic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
This?
Probably
me.
me.
Watts.
Yeah, I'm assuming Watts had this.
Probably me.
Double checking right now, but
probably.
I forgot how to log into that.
You know what? No, I don't think anybody grabbed it. Is that right?
No way.
Nobody. Yeah, I don't think anybody grabbed it. Watts, were you Daisies?
Yeah, no, that's Myelin.
No, you're.
No, you're.
Oh, that is me. You know, you're right. Myelin is the Daisy Sayer.
I think because, I mean, Watts is playing for points. So, yeah, she picked Saros, Resident Evil, Pragmata, Monster Hunter, Orbitals, and Replaced.
I was trying not to just pick what I picked in my other one.
Right, exactly. Oh, because you have it with Gaming Illuminati?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I didn't want to just pick the same stuff.
Yeah. What is the next? Yeah, I mean, out of everything that's coming out,
Monster Hunter Stories is very soon.
Yeah,
Mario Tennis. When is Mario Tennis FIFA coming out, Briar?
The 12th of, so in 7 days. A week from today.
Is that the first one?
Very soon. Very soon.
Yeah, no, it says, So, the next one is from Briar, Mario Tennis Fever. Then it's you, Fran, with Reanimal. Then it's Watts with Resident Evil.
That was a good one.
Then it's Watts with Replaced. Then it's Watts with Monster Hunter Stories.
Yeah.
Watts
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
get an
Watts is
early lead in this
Pragmata.
thing.
Then it's Watts with Saros.
Yep.
Then
Yeah,
it's-
almost all of Watt's stuff comes out
Then
early
it's
before
Fran with
May.
Forza.
Mm.
Then it's
Mhm.
me with 007.
You don't even like that
And,
game.
Good pick.
I know.
Good
Oh, he's
pick.
gonna love it, dude. He's gonna be the biggest fan after all this flack.
Really funny.
Yeah, and then actually that's what's interesting is there's like a bunch through May, and then for now it's a huge break until like September.
2026 estimated.
For now.
Yeah, but some stuff might hit. Did
We
Orbitals
didn't
get
put
the release date
Marathon
yet,
in here,
Watts, or
did we?
no?
Fable got
No
in
one has
August.
marathon.
Marathon's too much of a risk.
Nobody was making
Like,
that bet, dude. That was too
No one's
Yeah.
making
early.
that bet.
Yeah.
Even if it's
Even-
good, it'll have a bad score because of all the Bungie haters.
Right.
Like all
Well, wait, the
Destiny.
Metacritic scores aren't the ones based on like critics scores for this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it could be.
It
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So harder to bomb.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be it. So wait, Orbitals doesn't have a release date yet, Watts?
It's summer 2026.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like it's no specific date, but
Yeah.
All right.
I think that was mainly what I did this week. Is Nioh 3 news wise, game wise. Oh, I can talk about marathon leaks. Endgame.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
not.
there's been
so
potential.
so this is
sourced?
leaked, but it's not. Yeah, data mine stuff. It's not
Oh.
what I would call like a leak that would ruin the game, like telling you a mechanic or telling you a
Right.
map or
Hmm.
revealing a perk or anything like that. It's I guess classified as a game mode or something you do in the end game. So if you don't want to hear anything, then maybe leave it now. But if you play Arc Raiders, it's similar to the trial system. So I can start talking about that, and you can get an idea for like what we're going to talk about. So in Arc Raiders, once you finish all your workbenches, once you get to a certain level, once you've kind of done all the stuff, there's like a trial system that puts you in a pool of 100 people. I don't know exactly how it works out, which 100 people you go with, but you're on a leaderboard of 100 people, and every week it gives you tasks to do and ranks you on those tasks. So like it might say there's usually, I think there's 5 or 6 tasks you have to do. It might be like destroy bastions or do damage or collect arc probes, blah blah blah, and you get like points for everything you do. So like if you need to do arc probes, you got to go into the map and you got to collect as many as you can, and you have to extract to get the points, and then
Right.
all your points are accumulated. You get put onto a leaderboard, and then you get a rank, and based on your rank, you get cosmetics. Essentially, you get emotes and cosmetics. So it's kind of like a recurring trials. That's what it's called, trials. And it's mainly PvE actually. It's all PvE stuff, but you can kill other players and ruin their score essentially. But it can just be like you often with people who are doing it, who are not doing it. Like it doesn't really matter. So Marathon had some data leaks on what their system's going to be. So you would probably call this part of the end game. I think their other like end game map would be what they also consider the end game,
Yeah,
like
the
one
the
on the
USEC
marathon
ship.
itself.
Hmm.
But this is probably like also part of the end game, and it does, if the leak's true, kind of similar where you have to opt in. You have to take in like I think it's called like a holo, and it's like a betting system. So if you get like a bronze tier holo, it's only worth 5,000 points. If you get a silver, it's worth 10,000. Then like up to platinum, 20,000. And you have to go in, and it's just based on loot. You have to collect loot to match that value. But if you die, that comes off your rank. And if you don't die, it gets added to your rank. But if you kill people
Right.
and take their card, it actually bumps up the value you can get. So for example, if I risk like a silver holo, it costs 20,000. That's the max amount of points if I extract I can add to my rank. But if I kill Watts and take hers, it adds another 5,000 on. If I kill Brian, adds another 5,000 on. So it's actually compared to Arc Raiders, quite
Interesting.
PvP incentivized
Yeah, that's
to
right.
wipe other people on the server to max your rank before you get out. It also apparently will have a a gear score before you can enter. So you have to have this card on you to enter, and you have to have a certain gear score. So you can't just basically risk nothing, essentially, to run it and try to just gobble up loot and then get out real quickly. So it forces you to use loot, incentivizes PvP. Similar system Arc Raiders in kind of having like a ranking system. The more rank you get, the more cosmetics you get, I think, or the better cosmetics you get. I think it's probably a little bit simplified. Like I do kind of like Arc Raider system, which encourages you to do a variety of things, like collect, harvest
Snowballs.
plants and kill matriarchs, and you kind of need to do a bunch of different stuff. But there's lots of issues with that system as well. So we will see if it's true. But there will be something like this to keep people playing. There'll be something that is a weekly rotation that will keep you playing, and it seems very similar to like Nightfall scoring and that kind of stuff. Like you've got to go in and do stuff, get loot, get a score, and then compete against other people on a ranking board, essentially.
Okay. I mean, that sounds pretty solid, honestly.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I mean, we're 30 days away from release, and then you said that the beta is or the final playtest
Weekend before, so 28th, I think.
28th. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right around the corner.
It's very close.
Weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, that the reception of the beta is going to be the big, like, either sigh of relief or panic for Bungie. Like, the reception of people playing it for free, they're going to be like, oh, thank God we pulled it off. Or they're going to be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Holy shit, we didn't pull it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they've been playtesting a lot, and it's obvious that there's confidence because they're doing
They're
the
definitely
beta
building
before.
confidence.
Yeah, like I would say, I don't know, top of my head, but I was thinking like if they were less confident, it would feel like they would release it with like a free trial. You know what I mean? Like they would want to just like say, hey, buy it, but also this weekend we have a free trial. You know what I mean? But the fact that it is a full beta to me tells me they're pretty confident. And I mean, they have to be.
I feel like they needed that. Like they need to change opinions. I feel like they would have to do a free trial regardless. I feel like they needed it to change opinions on the alpha, and they're slowly doing it with their marketing rollout. But I think there's a lot of very skeptical people that will not drop $40 until they've played it. And they
for sure. But that's what I'm saying. The fact they're doing it days before instead of like right at release or that weekend, right? Because sometimes Call of Duty's done stuff like that, right? Where it's like, oh, we got a free weekend so you can try it out for this many hours. However that stuff normally works. I would say that would be less confident. But yeah, I mean, I think they've had a lot of testing now. I mean, the build is a year away effectively from what we played. If not more even, right? So curious to see. Yeah, the trailers have been awesome for the cinematic, shells and showing off the vibe.
Yeah. I think we had another one since last week.
We did
The
with the
assassin.
Mm-hmm.
Stinky hunters.
He is a stinky hunter, definitely.
Yeah.
Yep. See, I think that's what might shake up this like not trials, whatever they call it, or whatever this end game system's going to be. Is like, do you go in as a hunter and like avoid contact and farm like bronze hollows, which is worth 10,000, and just stealth the entire time, and then extract, and like build value that way and build your ranking, or do you go in and try to like wipe the entire server and take everyone's coin?
Yeah, I mean, it's also going to be interesting. I didn't even think about the fact that, I mean, it does have the solo mode and all, but I mean, primarily it is I think it's intended more to be that 3-player match made / team. So meaning, don't you think that is a little different than the feel of Arc, where you kind of can roam around pretty easily on your own? And meaning it feels like this mode's going to play more into the fact that it's probably you as a team getting this stuff done.
Apparently there'll be some, so it seems like you have to do certain maps when you do this. There'll be a map rotation. So it might be Swamp map is like the trial this week, right? And you have to play that map. But they also mentioned that there could be restrictions on matchmaking. So sometimes you might have to do it solo. and other times you might need a pre-match team regardless. So you either need to
Okay.
go on with the team or you need to do matchmaking with it. But you would be matched with other people who are also doing it.
Yeah. Well, it's leaked information, so who knows if it's
Yeah,
finalized
who
as
knows?
well. But interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it makes total sense. You know, we need more to do than just the usual challenges and whatever you earn from that.
Yeah, you need something to
And of
give
course
people coming in each week, right? Like once they've completed it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm very curious though how because I don't know have they spelled out how the USEC ship, the hardest map, works for the end game? Like, in other words, do we know if there's a barrier to entry? Because like the parallel for me is like when Warzone had, or I forget if you can still play DMZ. I don't think so, but it had that black card. You know, you would enter on the weekends for like the labs. You know, it was like a special time to do it. But
they did talk about this in one of the developer insights, and there's a segment on the marathon called the cryo something.
Yeah,
I want to say they did mention this. Yeah, the cryo. I want to say they did mention this. I can't be for certain though. I can't quite remember. I want to say there was like a fee of entry, but I'm not 100% sure.
Wait, there was
like something you have to do to get aboard it.
Yeah, I would suspect, because that's what makes it special, and all the loot and like you gain entry to the ship. It makes sense that, in other words, I wouldn't expect you just like load in and like you might suddenly match in right to the marathon, and it's like super difficult. So yeah, meaning I think that's the real end game, but then there's like the live service end game grind that you're kind of describing, right? Like what do you do once you get, what do you do on top of like the usual loading in once you have expertise?
It's kind of interesting talking about end game for extraction shooters because they don't typically have one. You just you max all your stuff, you get the best gear, then you go and ruin someone else's day. Like that's kind of
that is the end game.
That's true. You're not wrong.
You PvE up to getting the best gear, and then you go on PvP, and that's kind of how I play Highguard at the moment. I just like, once I've done everything, I just hang out with the boys and we go PvP for a little bit. And I think if Bungie can add that end game system that is repeatable and enjoyable and rewarding, it is like a new area in the genre.
Yeah, my end game is going to be, I was inspired, of course, by the Rook role playing, and that's all I'm going to do is just run around being like, Rook, I am Rook. I will aid you. I am Rook.
You could do
just all the time. That's
stuff.
all I'm going to be doing all the time. Because I feel like it's the only way I'm going to not get killed. Rook, I will help you.
You should role play as Shax's conscience uploaded to Rook.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
I wish I could do a good Shax.
Oh, Zavala. Which voice do you do well?
Zavala I can do. Shax
that might be a bit too close to home, though. You might have to.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, though, is role playing as some Destiny characters, because it will, And like the best part about it's not Zavala. Well, I do a Zavala, but actually no, it's what's his name? Who's also in Overwatch as the Reaper.
Saladin?
Come on, Saladin.
Saladin.
I do it much better. Die.
Oh yeah.
That is the one that I'll have to lean into because I can do some pretty good ones. That and Gollum.
Nice.
Run around as Gollum all day long.
Do get Andy Serkis.
Precious.
You should just do that. Just like go in as Rook and just talk to yourself as you just gobbling up.
Oh,
my precious.
Wait, I love it. Okay, it's all coming together. I'm gonna steal the Rook idea from obviously the first person that did it, but then I'm gonna glitch out and I'm gonna start doing like weird Destiny sounds and other voices because I am Rook. But then you'll glitch out and do other voices.
Oh, the head spins around your different personality.
Yeah. Welcome to the prison
it.
of elders.
That would be fun.
Nice. Yeah, you just wait for you to be shot on sight by
now
everyone.
I'm excited.
Like, shut up.
Yeah, they'll be like, we're killing this guy. He won't shut up.
Anything else we want to talk about? We done for the night?
Man.
Maybe done?
Well, I would at least like to take the opportunity to, we don't have to talk
Highguard.
about Highguard, But you know,
I mean,
the
I'm
drama,
down. They have a new character, friend. He looked pretty
that-
cool.
They did announce, you know, basically what they already had locked and loaded was season 2. I wonder if they were really planning to release it this weekend. It seems like the good news is, yeah, they knew they had to have a lot of content in the hopper for this type of game. They even talked about that. But they were like, I thought it wasn't going to come out till like next week. But this weekend already is the next season of Highguard,
Whoa.
which was
crazy.
supposed to it was supposed to come out next, or episode, you know, it was supposed to come out next week. But yeah, like new character, hero, new map. They've kept the 5v5. If you haven't caught up with it, they introduced 5v5 on top of 3v3. Ranked is coming out. And so look, for the people that are playing it, they're trying to move fast, and they added a bunch of balance changes. They've also done like changes with like in-game like improvements, quality of life, right? Like people were a bit confused with like, why do I even bother going to points of interest? And so they've added like masterwork weapons. And what that means is like in the game, it was like, yeah, I don't know, we're during the blue phase, I'm just going to get more blue weapons. But if you go to the point of interest, you'll get a masterwork version potentially, and other things like glowing barrels that have an ultimate recharger and things that will like draw you to things. So that, I mean, they are trying. But you know, the other side of the story is, yeah, like, I mean, we're at a point where right now, I mean, it's only a week and a half out, but the Steam player base concurrence at least shows that it's not stable yet. And that's obviously a big discussion. But as I always remind people, you know, you might see 5,000 live concurrents on Steam. That is a snapshot in that moment. You have to multiply that over 24 hours across multiple platforms, and it still means like, oh, it might be 500,000 people, monthly active users. It might even be 1 million, right? We don't know what those unique numbers look like or how much they play and how much they spend. And so a lot of questions, but curious to see where it goes. And then I wanted to promote and end on, like, I got featured in another Luke Stevens video, Watts.
Oh, did you?
If you saw.
I haven't seen that yet. I'm gonna have to watch it.
All that it really was he did another video that uses a tweet. It was an older one, but I've been reporting on, right, the Steam reviews. Yeah. And people are twisting the report into this narrative that I was reporting that if you play the game more, you like the game more. I was like, that I never said that. You were making that up. But what I was reporting on, of course, was that if you're going to look at Steam user reviews, you know, I showed all the numbers, but then I showed, well, above an hour, you know, it was mostly negative. And then it turned into like mixed. And, you know, we've seen the reviews kind of evolve. And all I'm doing is showing numbers. I'm not concluding anything, but his thing was basically said, this is really stupid, chat. People are saying that if you play the game more, that you'll like the game more. And so I actually put up on my YouTube channel, Fran Mirabella, which I don't update that often. If you want to check it out,
go check it out, guys.
It was just a reaction live on stream, but I cut it down and condensed it. So I just kind of responded to that and said, that is not what I'm saying. Please don't put words in my mouth. And can we have like just a discussion about a game and what users are saying without like villainizing people about it? And so yeah, I mean, see where you land on it. But I will repeat, I have a Highguard thoughts article. I've shared my impressions saying it needs improvements. I've talked about player-based struggles, etc. But when you don't headline that, people are like, you're the glazer. You're a Highguard glazer. Yeah. You're saying this game is great, that it's going to succeed. I've never said those things at all, but they've turned me into Fran, the XIGN Highguard glazer. And so I responded to that. So it's definitely a fun watch.
I can't believe you're farming drama better than me, Fran. I'm so proud of you.
Well, you know, and as a reminder, this all goes back to which, you know, you and I think Watts said the same thing, but you were like that vent take I did, which was a half serious, holding the mirror up to the drama. I'm like, you gotta be pretty dumb to think the gameplay, right? This goes all the way back to the reveal. And you guys were like, you should just do that, which I have not been doing.
Lean into it.
But yeah, like negativity does work. And that's the irony is that's not what I do. And everybody else is on the other side is being very negative about just talking about Highguard. You're, if you're not negative, then you're not on their side and therefore you're a glazer. So anyway, see where this drama goes. I will be at the DICE Awards next week, by the way. As a reminder, that's where the game developers
watch
the awards. But yeah,
we'll be blazing in real life. Make sure you wear your blazer.
You gonna wear the blazer?
You know what? If I can get a blazer, but also if there's anybody from Wildlight Entertainment there, you're making me think. I'm like, I need to get a photo with them of us all like in blazers.
Yes, you
glazing.
do, and that needs to be like
We glazing and blazing.
Yeah,
Glazing them. And that should be the caption. Yeah. Glazing and blazing.
I like it. See what I can do.
all right, guys.
Yeah.
I think we should wrap it up
Well,
here.
Yeah.
Thank
seems
you
like we
all
are
for
good.
hanging out with us tonight. Have a wonderful and safe weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.